everyone, my name is Grayson. For today's Hauppauge Public Library Toddler STEM Kit video, we will be turning pennies green. This is a really cool scientific process and it takes only a few simple steps. You'll need a paper towel, some pennies, a plate, salt, and distilled white vinegar. So what you're going to do first is you're going to get your paper towel coated in the vinegar. You want it to really get soaked up in the vinegar. So I'm folding mine in half and I'm pouring the vinegar all over it on top of the plate so that way it absorbs into the towel. And then you're going to take your pennies and you're going to place them on top of your soaked paper towel. Now I have a whole bunch of different pennies here. The oldest one here is from 1955, which is well over 60 years ago. And the newest one is from 2019. So I'm going to place them all on the plate on top of the paper towel. And I'm curious to see if maybe the pennies that are older or newer have a different effect from this scientific process. So we'll find that out soon enough. Once your pennies are all on the paper towels, you're going to take your salt and you're going to slowly put some salt on top of the pennies. You don't want to completely cover the pennies with the salt because then they won't get enough oxygen from the air and that will limit their ability to turn green. So you want to get some salt on top of the pennies, but just not too much. And it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, so maybe put some more salt on some pennies and less salt on others to see what happens. Alright, so the process of the pennies turning green can actually take anywhere from a few hours to a few days. So I'm going to actually come back at the end of the day today and check on these pennies. And if they're not green yet, I'm going to leave them a little bit longer and we'll check on them another day. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to see how our pennies are doing. So it's been about 4 hours since I started the process of turning these pennies green, and sure enough, they have begun to change color. And I'm noticing that the older penny, like this one from 1955, is turning green a lot faster than our newer pennies, like this one from 2019. However, they all have some green on them. And if you're wondering why that is, it's because pennies have a copper oxide layer. And so when you put all of these different ingredients together, that layer starts to dissolve and the copper atoms mix with the oxygen in the air and the chlorine in the salt, and it starts to form something called malachite, which is that bluish green substance that you'll see forming on your own pennies and that I have here on mine. There are so many other ways that you can expand this experiment. Like I said, I only did mine for 4 hours before I saw this reaction, but what would happen if I left it for 4 days? Maybe you can try that yourself at home. I'm curious to see what you all do and what years your pennies are from, and if maybe how old or new they are changed the reaction. So if an adult is helping you, they can comment down below and let us know what you were able to do, and I'm really excited to hear about it. I hope that you enjoyed doing this experiment with me, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye, everyone.